Dean and Darla's hearts raced as the old, rusty playground structure lifted them high into the air. Its metal arms creaked and groaned, swaying dangerously as it held them up in the air. "Put us down!" Dean shouted, trying to sound brave. And just as they thought they were going to be tossed onto the ground, they felt themselves being pulled in the opposite direction. The friendly playground equipment had sprung into action. That's right, the colorful monkey bars stretched out, wrapping around Dean and Darla and gently tugging them away from the mean structure's grasp. And finally, with a mighty heave, the friendly playground pulled them away from the mean one, and then it lowered them safely to the ground, forming a protective barrier between the children and that angry, mean old playground structure. And Dean and Darla watched in awe as their playground friends seemed to grow taller, standing up to that mean old rusty structure. And although no words were spoken, the rusty equipment shuddered and shrank back as it returned to its lonely, empty corner of the park. "Thank you so much," Darla said softly, patting one of the nearby swings. And the entire colorful, nice playground structure seemed to shimmer in response, as if it was trying to say, "You're welcome." And as the sun dipped below the horizon, Dean tugged on his sister's arms. "We should really go home," he said. "Mom and Dad are going to be so worried." And with one last wave to their playground protector, Dean and Darla walked home with their minds buzzing with the incredible events of the day. And the next morning at breakfast, Dean and Darla could hardly contain their excitement. They took turns telling their parents about their amazing adventure on the playground. "And then the mean old structure tried to hurt us," Dean explained, waving his spoon in the air. "But then the nice playground saved us," Darla added. "It was like magic." And their father chuckled, ruffling Dean's hair. "Ha ha ha, that's quite an imagination you two have." Their mother, however, had gone very quiet. She was staring at her children with a mix of wonder and disbelief. At school on Monday, Dean and Darla couldn't wait to tell their friends about what had happened. But as they told them about their experience in the schoolyard, all their friends did was just laugh at them. "Oh my word, you are totally making that up," said their friend Tommy as he rolled his eyes. "Yeah, seriously, playground equipment can't move," added Sarah. "Everyone knows that." And when recess came, a crowd of children followed Dean and Darla to the playground because they were all really eager to see if anything would happen. But as they approached, everything was still and silent. The colorful playground equipment stood there, motionless. And even the old rusty structure in the corner didn't so much as make a creak. "See," Tommy said, "it's just a regular old playground. Everyone knows that." And Dean and Darla looked at each other, confused and even a little sad. Why wasn't the playground responding like it did before? Had it all just been a dream? Did they just imagine everything? And if so, then how did they both see and experience the exact same thing? That afternoon, as they walked home from school with their mother, Dean and Darla were unusually quiet. "What's wrong, sweethearts?" their mother asked. "Nobody believes us about the playground," Darla said softly. And their mother was quiet for a moment and then took a deep breath. "Can you two keep a secret?" she asked. Dean and Darla nodded eagerly. "Well, when I was your age," their mother began with her eyes twinkling, "I had a similar experience. There was this old carousel in the park by my house, and one day when I was there all alone, it came to life, and it took me on the most magical ride I have ever been on." Dean and Darla's jaws dropped in amazement. "Really?" Dean asked. "Well, what happened next?" And their mother smiled. "Well, just like you, when I told my friends, nobody believed me. The carousel never moved when anyone else was around. I thought maybe I just imagined it all." "But you didn't, did you?" Darla said, grabbing her mother's hand. "No, I didn't. It was real, just like your experience was real. I never knew why it happened to me and nobody else could ever see it. So I just learned to stop talking about it because everyone would laugh or call me crazy when I brought it up. But now I think I understand. It's a special gift, and somehow I must have passed it on to both of you. Dean and Darla hugged their mother tightly, feeling a newfound connection with her. Well, what should we do about the mean structure? Dean asked as they continued walking, and their mother thought for a moment. Well, you said it looked old and lonely and neglected, right? Maybe it just needs some love and attention. So that evening, Dean and Darla told their dad about the rusty old structure. Do you think you could fix it up, Dad? Darla asked. Maybe you could paint it and put some new swings on it or something? And their father smiled. That's a great idea. I'll talk to the school about organizing a community project to restore that old play structure. Let's do it, kids. And over the next few weeks, Dean and Darla watched as their father and other members of their community worked to repair and repaint the old structure. New swings were installed and the old broken slide was fixed, and a fresh coat of bright paint made it look like it was brand new. And the next time Dean and Darla visited the playground alone, they were amazed to see that once again, both of those playground structures came to life. The friendly one twirled them in the air just like it did before, but this time, the old mean structure didn't seem very old or mean anymore. Instead, it joined in the fun too. Its movements were gentler now, and it created exciting new obstacles for them to play on. And as the year went on, Dean and Darla noticed more and more kids playing on the restored structure at school. It even became the most popular part of the playground. I think we did it, Dean said to Darla one day as they watched a group of children laughing on the new swings. We made the mean playground structure nice. And Darla nodded with a big smile on her face. And we have a special secret with Mom now, too. And as they joined the other kids on the playground, Dean and Darla felt a warmth in their hearts. And every weekend when Dean and Darla visited that playground, both the structures would come to life and play with them in a way that no other kids knew. And they were okay with that. And so the playground continued to be a place of wonder and adventure with Dean and Darla as its secret guardians, ready for whatever magical experiences might happen next.